Firstly, I'd like to introduce a 30-year-old from Sydney in Australia, 23 fights, 21 wins, 10 KOs, 2 losses. He is the former unified lightweight champion of the world and the current IBO lightweight champion. Please welcome ferocious George Kambosos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a 36-year-old from Ukraine, now based in the USA, perhaps the greatest amateur boxer of all time and a record-breaking professional boxer. He's a 3-division world champion, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and a once-in-a-lifetime boxing talent. Please welcome Vasiliy Lomachenko. So that's our main events, Lomachenko and Kambosos. This one is for the IBF lightweight world title and the IBO belt held by this man, George Kambosos, with whom I will start. George, you've been involved in some major events right around the world and here in Australia. What does it mean to you, though, to be here in Perth and heading towards a sellout?
Yeah, look, we've been in some big fights, especially here in Australia. Obviously, going and taking the belts at Madison Square Garden, undisputed champion of the world against Teofimo Lopez, and then winning the big fights to Melbourne, and now we're back again fighting Vasiliy Lomachenko here in beautiful Perth. So, you know, it shows Kambosos and Team Kambosos continually bring the big fights here, and I don't think it's any bigger than this in boxing history of Australia. So I'm very excited, very motivated. I can't wait to get it on Sunday.
Your opponent on Sunday, you came so close to fighting him previously. How does it feel now that you're so close to this finally happening?
Yeah, look, it's third time lucky. You know, we were slated to possibly fight in 2019 when the legendary Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum went out and said, obviously, a young guy from Australia, George Kambosos, could come up against the then king Lomachenko. And then things would obviously not happen, and then things would turn, and I'd become champion, and Lomachenko would be chasing me. So we were very close. Obviously, things weren't meant to be, but here we are, third time lucky. This is the destiny. This is the path for both of us. And Sunday, this is where we race the ring and do our battle.
You're never shy on confidence, but you've been particularly confident about the result of this fight, and particularly outspoken. Tell us here now, how do you see this fight against Vasiliy Lomachenko going?
Actually, I've been pretty reserved, to be honest. I think you've seen me extremely outspoken, you as well. And look, I'm not going to sit here and you know, create a big fuss and carry on. Lomachenko, you can't fault the guy when it comes to, you know, who he is as a person and the fighter he is, but I'm extremely confident. I bring that confidence from my preparation. I've had a tremendous training camp. You know, my lead coach, Anton Kadushin, obviously my team around me, every person has played a fantastic part, and my sparring partners from all over the world. And we've had a tremendous camp. The confidence is higher than ever. And like I said, when I beat Lomachenko, there will be no more road for him to go. So look, this is retirement for him.
Yeah, you have said that you will not only beat him, but be the first man to stop him and force him into retirement. What's convinced you of that?
I truly believe it. The way I'm sparring, the way I'm you know, firing in every engine, the speed that I have. He's never seen this kind of speed, the explosive power, and you know, the will, the heart that I have, the desire to win this fight. I want this bad. I prepared extremely hard for this fight, and I've left no stone unturned. So Sunday, you will see.
Do you have a message for Vasiliy Lomachenko, who's sitting right over here to your right?
Well, Vasily's been, you know, very quiet when he's been asked about George Kambosos. So you know, that's his kind of style that he wants to do. But you know, for me, I'm coming to win the fight. You'll see my eyes in a few minutes.
That is George Kambosos, and now we do head to Vasiliy Lomachenko. Firstly, welcome to Australia. Great to have a boxer of Vasily's stature here in this country. You've just heard from George Kambosos, who says that he will not only beat you, but stop you and force you into retirement. I have to get your immediate response to that.
I heard this not first time, but you know, for me it's not a surprise, and see what happened Sunday at 12. See you in the ring.
Tell us what you see as your strengths ahead of Kambosos' in this fight on Sunday.
Look, I'm too long on this in this sport, and we are two professionals, and we know boxing, we know strategy of boxing, and it will be very, very interesting for both. It will be very, very interesting for all fans of boxing, and good luck for both.
A lot will be made in the analysis of this fight in your fight against Devin Haney and George Kambosos' two fights against Devin Haney. Can you tell us what you see as the differences in those performances?
We have two different styles with Kambosos, and that's why we have two different results and two different fighting. And no, it's too difficult explain why it's happened, why it's hard, why it was hard for Kambosos and not easy for me. I don't know how to explain, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because we have a fight, we prepare very hard, and like I said, it will be very interesting.
Clearly you're here to pick up the elusive IBF lightweight world title, but is it still your ambition to become undisputed?
I'm just looking forward to IBF title, and I need to take first my title right now, and after, of course, I can thinking about my future.
How have you been going in Perth? I've seen a lot of photos of you with koalas and kangaroos and talking about fishing. You seem to be having a good time.
I'm the first time in Australia, and I really like this place, and I said before, I like people because people are very, very friendly. It's a very, very clean place, very nature, big interesting building, and I like it. Thank you.
And we saw you holding the koala. He was nice?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it looks like a cat with a dog.
Very good description. We will now take some questions from some of the members of the media who have joined us here at the official press conference. No more about the koalas though, the cat with the dog. But we'll start with the first of our questions over here.
Glenn Quartermain from the West Australian. George, what makes you so confident about winning? What's your strategy against the Southpaw? And what's the future hold regardless of the outcome?
Obviously, my preparation, breeds my confidence. I've had a tremendous training camp, like I said already. The sparring partners we brought in to emulate the great Lomachenko. It's been pinpoint, so that breeds that confidence. But I always believe in myself. Like I did when I won all the belts, I believe in myself. I said it in the ring, and I'm going to say it again on Sunday. You may not believe me, but I believe in myself. When you talk about, obviously, the other parts you just said, that's for the future. That's for after Sunday. I'm very focused in that ring, me and Lomachenko. That's my focus. Nobody else. I couldn't dare think about anyone else but Lomachenko. I've been obsessed with this guy, and this is all I have thought about. I have not thought about fishing, because I like to fish too. I've not thought about pilots. I've never done a pilot in my life, to be honest. I'm Australian. I don't want to, because you might get familiar from it. So I'm just so focused on this man here, and that's how I have to be, and that's why I prepared so well.
Next.
Yeah, g'day guys, it's your old mate Big J, Jason Fletcher from Fight View 360, T Street Controversy. Loma, considering your close losses and your age, do you believe that you need a more adopt a more aggressive stance at this stage in your career? And additionally to that, do you see 135 as your window weight, or if the right opportunity presents itself, would you move up to 140? And considering all things, how long do you see your career lasting?
It's a bit there. Vasiliy, do you need to be more aggressive in this fight? Is the first of the questions.
Look, I would be like always, you know, I said before, I'm too long in this sport, I have a big experience, and I just show I won't just show my best style, my best skill on this day, and it is what happened.
And I think the question was along the lines of, could this be your last fight or close to your last fight, do you believe?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. You know, I don't know what happened after this fight. I don't know how is my body will be. So I don't know.
Brett Benetti from Dragonfly Boxing. Andrew, welcome back to Perth. You've worked very hard to get back to this position. You had a great victory over Judy Flores last year. You had an original opponent in Carlos Quadras. He's out injured. Obviously, you've got a new opponent. What adjustments have you had to make in preparations for this big fight in Perth?
Thanks, Brett. Yeah, it's been a long, hard journey. 4 years since I lost my world title, and a lot of blood, sweat and tears to get back to this point. And that's why it's just going to feel so special on Sunday to finally be world champion again. In terms of the adjustments for the fight, luckily we had a lot of notice. I think it was the day the fight got announced that Quadras was pulled out, and we're very straight in, and their styles aren't too dissimilar. They're both orthodox, both Mexican warriors, both former world champions with a lot of experience. So not much changed. We actually were in talks to fight Rivera last year, so I'd already started preparing for him back then. So I was very familiar with his style. So it was very easy to adjust and to prepare for him the day we found out.
Looks like that's the end of our media questions. So before we do face off these two main event fighters at the front of the stage, I'll just give them an opportunity to say a final piece. George, if you'd like to say something to the people of Perth and the viewers watching around the world.
Obviously, the beautiful city of Perth, you guys have been so accommodating, and obviously bringing this big fight, this mega fight, to your city. I can feel the city is buzzing. It must be a Kambosos fight going on. So, you know, we're very excited, very motivated for this fight, and for everyone in Australia supporting me, and everyone around the world watching this fight. You're going to see two warriors. This is why this fight was titled Warriors of the Ring, because we are two warriors. We are two guys that come to fight. And I feel that I am that true warrior on Sunday. So, see you Sunday.
And Vasiliy, your final words, please, to the people who've come to watch our official press conference here today.
Thank you for people who support us, who support boxing, who follow boxing, and God bless.
Thank you so much. They are our main event fighters. We'll now get them to take to the front of the stage and face off for us. Vasiliy and George, if you could head down the front to repeat all the details. This is your world title triple header. It is headlined by this fight, the IBF lightweight world title bout between Australia's own former unified world champion George Kambosos and the great three-division world champion Vasiliy Lomachenko. It will all take place in the dream location that is Perth, Western Australia, and live on main event television. Please face each other, boys.
Hey, George. Take George.
Let's hear it for Vasiliy Lomachenko and George Kambosos. Thank you for your company here at the official press conference today. We'll see you at the open workouts tomorrow and the weigh-in, then Sunday at the fights. Thanks for your company. I'm Ben Damon. I'll see you at the fights.
Go back. Go back, please. day, George.
All day, George.
Bring him up, Luke. Hand in the middle, Luke. Bear hug, Luke. Pick him up. No.
Let's go, then.
Okay, guys, enough. You got
Don't score them. Put him in a bear hug, Bob.